Hello, friend. We're down on the floor today, and we are going to take a look at the vibration plate that I have been using. And I've been using this vibration plate. This is from Meroc. The vibration plate, I have been using it every single day for 16 days now. So I feel really comfortable being able to talk about it because I've been using it not just daily, but multiple times throughout the day. And I'm loving it. And I want to tell you about the benefits that come from a vibration plate. And the other thing is I'm on the floor and I'm here in this space and I'm wearing pajama pants intentionally because I want you to consider how you could be using a vibration plate in your own home. And when you want to use a vibration plate and the benefits that come from a vibration plate without having the judgment of anybody else watching you, without you worrying about anybody else paying attention to you, because you're in your own space. And the multiple times that you're now going to be able to use it instead of fighting to get onto the one that they have at the gym or you're only being limited to using it while you're at the gym. Yes. So there are so many advantages to that. The first time I ever tried one was years ago at a high-end gym. And I have never seen a gym otherwise have one. That was a very expensive gym to be a part of to have that. Well, imagine having the benefits of a vibration plate in your home. Now you might be like, well, why should I care? What are the benefits? Let's talk about it. That's why I'm also here. And I've also got my laptop here because I wanted to bring up and make sure that I remember all the different benefits that I wanted to tell you about. But first, let's just talk about the practicality of the vibration plate. Okay. There are times when I wake up and I'm very stiff getting out of bed. And my body, like I can feel the soreness and the achiness of my body, the stiffness of my body. And that can happen not just because of age. I used to just think, oh, this is just a part of aging. No, it's not because of age. It's because you have been still for a long period of time. So sometimes I move around and thrash a lot in my sleep. And sometimes I'm obviously very, very still. And my body doesn't get a lot of movement, a lot of activity as if I was moving around and walking, doing the different things throughout the day. Because I can feel totally fine during the day if I'm active, but I get so stiff at night, or you get stiff like if you've been driving the car for a long period of time, you've been sitting at work a long period of time. Yes. You know that level of stiffness that can settle into your body. And then when you go to stand up, you go to get up, you're like, and you're creaky. This is where the vibration plate comes into benefit. So I want to paint that picture for you because I want you to think about a time when you have felt stiff. You have felt tight in your joints. And that's because the fluid, I call it like we got to get the juice moving again in your body. You want that to start to feel activated. Well, you could go for a walk, but you maybe not always have time for that. I wake up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Like that's just the natural rhythm of my body. That's also when I like to get up when it's still quiet in the house. I'm not going outside in the dark to go for a walk. I don't have a treadmill. And it's like, I just like, and I don't even want to move my body that much. I have a rebounder. I love to use the rebounder throughout the middle of the day to just do light bouncing to help wake up my body if I've sat too long during work phasing. But I don't want to do that when I first get out of bed, but I want my body to feel better. And I'm not necessarily ready to go jump into the shower to just use the heat of the warmth to wake up. So this is where I found the vibration plate to be a solution because now I can wake up. I hydrate because you really should be hydrating first thing in the morning. You've been asleep all that time without water. So I drink a glass of water and I get on the vibration plate. I usually use my Alexa or like my iPad or something, and I'm turning on just a podcast or a training session. I'm just listening to something that's helping me to wake up because my body, my mind is still not all there. It's like needs to come alive. And this is so invigorating. So I will just put my feet on here and I will just stand on here for 10 minutes. That's it. That's all I'm doing. I'm just standing on it for 10 minutes and I feel so much better because the vibration is going all the way up from your feet, all the way up through into your body. And now, depending at the level of intensity, the level of your own body, you know, how much all the things of your own body composition, you could feel this differently at different rates throughout your body than I do. But I feel it at the level that I'm doing it, which you don't need to compare you to me. Okay. I'm doing 10 minutes, but like I said, I've been doing this for 16 days now. I've been doing it typically twice a day, if not more, like throughout the day. So I am now doing it at a higher level than I did my very first week. My very first day, I started at level one. Level one. That's it. I just turned it on. It stayed at level 1 the whole 10 minutes. And I was completely comfortable. I loved it. I enjoyed it. I settled into it. And the next day I said, okay, let's see what level 2 feels like. And I kept progressing. And in my first week, I was progressing. But now I'm somebody who's been doing rebounding for almost a year. And there's a similar pattern, a similar movement to rebounding that there is in the vibration plate. Okay. So you got to meet yourself where you're at and take it at your stage. So if I ever tell you what level I'm at, that's me. That's me. That's me. You do you for what feels right to you at the level that you're comfortable with, okay? This one goes from 1 to 50, and you can adjust the time. I'm just usually typically doing in 10-minute increments, all right? So I want you to think, if you are waking up stiff, if you are sitting for long periods of time, and because we're using it in our home, we can have the advantage of using it at different times in our day. So another reason I want you to think about where I'm sitting is, you see, I'm sitting against this recliner, okay? I'm not in the recliner, I'm down on the floor. So I can have the vibration plate in front of me. So let's turn this on and I'll show you how it works. So can you see this right here? There's a switch, okay? On, off switch. And it's right next to the plug that you're going to plug it into. I have it into running around the corner to an extension cord. And I'm just going to put myself in place. And this is a way that you might not have thought about using a vibration plate. So I wanted to show you this because I want you to think about the different ways that you could use a vibration plate. So before I turn it on, I just want you to see, like, I'm just sticking the wider part of my calf is what I'm putting onto the core of the vibration plate. And now I can adjust this in just a moment, but I want to make sure that I'm comfortable. And yes, I'm in pajama pants because this is how I would get up in the morning and I will be standing there in my pajamas. That's it. I will be wearing pajama pants and usually a casual athletic wear type shirt throughout my day because I work from home. Like, this is me being me, using the vibration plate how I would use it at home. And I want you to think about that too. You don't have to get dressed up like you're going to the gym. There's nobody to, judge you and assess you. So you do it the way that you're comfortable with. Now, there's just a simple time control, speed control, which is your level of intensity. I just call it the levels. I'm just going to hit the power button to turn it on. Okay. Then you've got to hit the start button to get it going. And it's going to give you a 3, 2, 1 countdown. And so we've got the 3, 2, 1. I'm in place. And it's just going to start the level of intensity. And we can change our level of intensity by pushing on. Oops, if I turn it, you can't see it. I'm trying to get it so that you can see it. All right, let's power on and start. 3, 2, 1. There we go. And we're going to bump this up for me so I can feel it. I'm going to go, let's start at level 6 here. I don't think I had it all the way plugged in. Okay, there we go. There, you can see me. This is a level 6. Like I said, I think I was like, day 1 for sure, I only did level 1. Then I went to like 2 or 3. I worked up to 5. By the end of the week, I was at a level 10 pretty comfortably. So let's talk about why you would want to just do it like this. You would want to I actually need to move it out a little bit because my legs are long. This motion here, and I'm going to boost the intensity. And I don't think it's going to affect really, I don't think you can hear it. Can you hear it with my microphone? I don't think you can hear it. It's just a light, how do I want to say it? Like a light purr. It's not loud. It's not troublesome. When I play music or I play my podcast, like I can't, I'm not disturbed by it, is what I'm trying to say. It's just a very gentle, light sound. You can see that my feet are wiggling. Yes. You can see my legs, my calves, into my knees, a little bit into, I'm going to tell you how far I can feel. I can still feel it here, not there. I can feel it like on my thighs, but not into my hips. It's also because, I'm sitting, I'm like compressing right there. So it's going to shut off all that vibration, but I'm feeling all in through here. Now, here's one of the things that I learned. This position is so awesome because it's helping you to loosen up your calves. It's also helping you to get used to even using a vibration plate. So if you are at an age or a stage where you are interested, but you're a little bit weary, you're a little bit cautious, I want you to know you're not alone with that. And so this, I would hope that if you are leaning back against something, your butt is on the floor, you're sitting securely on the ground, that you could feel comfortable, that you're not going to fall over, that you're going to be in a safer place, that you can allow yourself to get used to the feeling of vibration in your body, because there is a sensation of vibration. You have to come to understand what it's going to even feel like to have vibration in your body, to have your muscles moving so rapidly. And once again, that's going to also be based on the level of intensity. But even if you've never used this before, that level 1 is going to feel like a lot in your body because you've never done it before. So instead of challenging yourself to stand up and get used to that and having to find your balance and find your pace and to get used to the sensation all at once, what if you start down here? It's very simple. Once again, we're taking out the judgment. We're making this easier because we're doing it at home. And so if you can just find a comfortable place that you could sit and settle in, and you could sit here and maybe try this for 5 minutes. Don't even think that you have to go to 10 minutes. There's not a particular rhyme or a reason. There's not a particular speed or intensity of the levels. There's not a particular time that you need to go. I just want you to just consider how you could find your comfort zone and explore what that is for your own body. Listen to your own body. So that's why I'm saying this is great here, because this is going to work on our calves. This is definitely working on our feet. And so I am somebody who has flat feet. I'm not going to outgrow that. I was just born that way. It's just something I have to deal with. So that gives me more sensitivity in my feet. And then as I have aged, I have noticed that into this part, the heel part of my foot, I get aches and pains. And sorry, my puppy's barking. But and so what I can do here is I can help to loosen up my calves, because I'm always thinking, what can I do to help my feet? I'm doing activities on my feet. But actually, we need to start usually in our calf muscles. So if we can work to loosen up our calf muscles, that's actually going to help you to also feel better in your feet. Now, I still do a ball, rolling my foot with a ball, and I still wear orthotic sneakers. I'm doing all the things that I can do to take care of my wellness. But in all that I have to say, this is very helpful for getting your comfort level, finding how it feels in your body. This is really good. Oh, if you have joint issues, you have achiness in your knees, your legs, all these pieces, this is really going to be comforting. In my opinion, this should be very comforting, especially if you find the right setting for you. You could just be sitting here, you could be reading a book, you could be playing on your iPad, you could be watching television, you could be having a conversation, all the different things that you're doing. I was sitting here earlier and I was doing this, and my dog came up next to me and I was just giving him a little head massage and rubbing him. And he was loving it. So, and that made me happy. So we were both getting all the good endorphins, and I was still getting the massage at the same time. Okay. So this is one position where you could totally start to see your comfort zone and start to experiment with how is this feeling. Because the feeling of the vibration, like I said, this is a sensation you've got to get used to. I'm going to hit stop, and it counts down. So whatever number you were at, it goes all the way back to 0. So the next time that you get on it, it's going to start from 0. It's not going to start at that larger number. So I think that's a good thing, because then you can work on your levels of adjustment with that as well. Now, let's also consider, while we're still down on the ground, other moves that you could do with your vibration plate while you're on the ground. So if you are able to get onto your knees, okay, and you're able to come down onto the ground, then one of the things that you could do is you could lean forward, and you can try different positions to see how you feel comfortable, okay? Now, here's the interesting thing, and different levels of intensity. So I could sit back more onto my knees like this, which is obviously going to take some of the intensity off. I could lean into it. I could come down like this, okay? And when I'm in this position, I know you can't necessarily see my face right now, but when I'm in this position, I'm going to want to hold my head down a little bit more. And what you might not be thinking about with this position, you're thinking, oh, it's really going to put a lot into your upper body. But what's connected to your upper body, friend? All of this that we carry so much tension into, all of our neck and shoulder muscles that we hold them so tight, and we hold so much into that. So this is where you could start to adjust from here, and you could come in this position. There's kids getting by on bikes. with those bells on their bikes. I was like hearing all this noise outside. Okay, it's okay. So what we want to do is we're going to come down in that position. We're going to hold that. You might want a little bit less intensity on your upper body as you're getting used to this versus your lower body, because there's bigger muscles down here than there are on the top. Yes? So bigger muscles down low. You can maybe do it at a higher intensity. Maybe you want to go a little gentler intensity. You do you. You're listening to your own body. So now we come in here and let's press start. And I'll start low. So I think I did my legs a minute ago, my calves at about 35-ish in that range. So let's see how this feels. It's at a 7. Now, your legs, how you're going to hold your legs is totally up to you. But I like to also use this. Like, you see how far apart I have my legs and how I'm sitting back into my, this is a hip opener. I like to work on that. I like to hold that position throughout the day. Usually I'm doing it as I'm getting into my bed. I get into my bed looking kind of weird because I'm working on opening up that part of my hips and helping with mobility. That's a good just general practice you can do. Nothing required except your own comfort level and stretching. Hi, Bubby. Hi. Okay, so I feel this in my, you can see my arms are crossed right now, and you can feel this into the crisscross of my arms. And then I can feel this into my neck, and I can feel this into my shoulders. I feel it into my upper back. And to me, it feels less like vibration, how it did in my legs. And now it feels more like a rocking sensation, because you have to look at the way I'm leaning into it and the position. The machine itself is going side to side very fast. And whereas that feels like vibration in my legs, here up on my shoulders, it feels more like a rocking sensation. So this is why I'm seeing it feels effective into helping you loosen up those muscles in your neck. I'm at a 7 right now, and I'm like, I have no desire to go higher. I feel like I might even want to, if I keep going for a long period of time, I might want to back off. That's because, like I said, these muscles that are in your neck are smaller, and it takes less for you to feel them there. This intensity feels different up here. So see, I had never thought about the vibration plate for my neck, for release in the neck and the shoulder muscles, but this is really good for that. Okay, so we're at 7:51. So we're just over about 2 minutes that we were doing up in this section, and how I was really feeling that. And I'm just kind of I'm sitting still while I'm talking to you, but I'm kind of giving myself a moment, because it's not like a blood rush, but I am feeling like my body just finding its level of normal again, because it got the intensity of this in your upper body. You feel it differently. And especially because I'm not used to feeling it up here in my head, your body might just need a moment to recover, so to speak, to go back to normal. So I'm just kind of sitting still for just a moment as I'm doing that. That's another beautiful thing. So you notice all that we have done so far in testing out the vibration plate has all been done down on the ground. We've never been standing up. And so this is to give you a real comfort level for where you're at, adjusting to the feeling of vibration throughout your body. So now let's adjust the camera here in just a second, and so that we can see how it is going to feel, so we can actually come up into a standing position. Because like I said, that is my go-to. That's what I do for 10 minutes in the morning. I do these types of exercises just intermittently as I need them throughout the day. It's so easy just to sit back and put my calves on it and do that one. And then I don't do the upper body as much. So that's also why I was feeling a need to kind of like reset. But the other ones I'm doing on a regular daily basis. And these are just 3 positions. We're getting ready to show you. We've shown you the calves. We've shown you the neck. Now we're getting ready to show you using the vibration plate standing up, which is just going to put our feet here. That's it. Put our feet. You adjust your setting. I'm carrying extra weight in my stomach. And so, fat is an insulator. So it pretty much stops the vibration in here. So I don't feel anything else going up higher. Now, I want to tell you something, is that the other day I had my mom over, and she had not yet tried this. My mom is 21 years older than I am. She's much smaller frame than I am, and she's not carrying any extra unnecessary fat. So she has no extra padding like I do. So all that to say, her body shape, her frame, her age, all these things are very different, which you could be very different than I am. We all have unique bodies. And so it's important that you're listening to your own body. The benefits of the vibration can help lots of people and lots of ages and lots of stages. And you don't have to be in shape to be able to use it. And that's the other beauty of it. It's going to be gentle on your joints. It's going to help you to loosen up your muscles, help you to activate your muscles. And it can help you with toning. It can help you with activating the cells for weight loss. It can help you with activating your lymphatic system, because your lymphatic system, your lymph nodes, are what pick up, okay, all the junk throughout the day. And those need to be flushed out, but they don't have an automatic pump like your heart does. Your heart is always pumping to send blood throughout your body. Yay, we want that. And so, but your lymphatic system, which is working very powerfully throughout the day, catching all the germs and all the gunk that we want to get out of the body, you have to do something to flush that out. Now, just going for a walk is enough to flush it out. So it's not like you have to go do something strenuous, but high impact aerobics would do it. Bouncing on a rebounder would do it. And getting on the vibration plate will also do it. But you can judge the level of intensity and the level of effort that you want to apply for what is it that you want to do as your activity throughout your day. Your lymphatic system can be flushed out multiple times throughout the day. So what is it that you would like to do to take care of your lymphatic system, help you to feel and move better, and overall work on just your benefits throughout your body, okay? And with the consistency of it, it's easy to maintain. This is in my opinion, it's easy to maintain the consistency with this because it's not asking a lot of me. I don't have to go anywhere. I'm here at home. I can be in the comfort of my own pajamas in my own space, and I don't even have to barely be awake. There's not like I'm having to do follow a choreography plan or do, lift weights and be really focused or, anything like that. I just am going to stay in here. Now, this particular model from Morocco comes with a detachable handle. So it's a metal handle that comes up and it's got a handlebar. So if you're getting used to it for the first time, because we're going to get ready to position this and we're going to position it near a wall, because I want you to think that you could set it in front of a wall so you have that base around you to think, whether it's in front of you or behind you, whatever you're comfortable with, how you could use a wall around you or an object, whatever it is that you want. But this one actually comes with a handlebar because this is considered a beginner model. And because they're giving that to you. Not all units come with a handlebar. So if you click on the icon to get the product and add it to your cart from this video, you will see in the picture that it has a handlebar. And you can get it in black. I have it in white. They're the same unit. They're set up the same way. Okay, so I want to make sure really quick before we go to the standing up position. We talked about muscle activation. We talked about the cells that could help with weight loss over time. And once again, how you're using it, the intensity, because it's going to help to reduce your cortisol and it's going to help you to feel calmer. Oh, I can't believe I didn't mention this one. The mood in your energy. This is so important to me. So I tell you that I do it first thing in the morning because it helps with the stiffness. It helps my body to feel more awake so I can move better. But it's helping me to wake up, okay? The same way that I know there have been times in my life that I've gone and I've like woken up, just crawled out of bed and gone to, I'm trying to think what I'm trying to say, a boot camp at the park. I used to do outdoor boot camp. I was back in my 20s. I don't think I'd really want to do that now. In my 30s, I remember joining a swim rec league and learning how to swim. And we'd swim at 5 o'clock in the morning for an hour. And that was very good. It was hard to get into the pool, but I felt very awake afterwards. So I think about all those things, and those took so much effort and that took so much energy, and I had to think about it and wake up to do it. Now I get out of bed and I get on the vibration plate. I do it for 10 minutes and it helps me to feel more alert and more awake and help me to shift my energy. The other thing I would say is it helps me to shift my overall energy and mood throughout the day. So I will do this at various periods of time just to help my body to feel better. And once again, it's so hard to fully explain this until you experience it for yourself, but it really, really does. And because it's helping you to calm and regulate your nervous system. And your nervous system is what runs your whole body, and that's what's controlling your emotions. So I have a child who needs help regulating his emotions and his nervous system, and I will ask him if he will go and be willing to stand on the vibration plate, and he enjoys it, and he will do that, and that helps him as well. So you can see there's so many different ways that you can use this and put this into practice in your life. Okay, so that was some of the things that were on here. We talked about lymphatic drainage because it's helping with your overall circulation as well. We've got that. We talked about fall prevention and how you could start out right here on the floor and work to build up your comfort level. And ultimately, we can work on building up your balance. And then it can have some benefits for you, as especially after in your 40s and 50s and beyond, you're looking at how can you improve your bone density, how can you improve your overall hormonal health, how can you continue to stay healthy and strong. So many benefits that can come with this. Okay, but I don't want to bore you by giving you like a whole fact list, but I am calling out some things that you can look up for yourself. You can Google it, go onto a website that you trust. I'm using AI to act as medical advisor and give me some insight and some information on some core benefits that we can look at. But now let's turn it back on and let's consider how we would use it standing up. Okay, so let's come over here and we're going to put it. I'm going to move you over here. So there's where we were, and we'll put you right here. And you're over here actually next to, see, I've got this window, and outside my window is a pond. So I like to set up my vibration plate. I also have my stretch box over here because, have you seen one of these? And so, because my mom asked me about this the other day, she saw this when I was in here. So I just come in here. You see me on my feet? I just lean into it. And oh, friend, this alone is so good. I just do this for like a minute at a time. I'm leaning in. Right now, it's warm spring day, so I have the window open. I can feel the breeze coming in the window on me. I'm looking at a geese walking down. The geese are walking along the pond, and it's just peaceful. And I just stand here and I lean in because what it's doing is it's stretching my feet and my calves, and they're so loose right now because remember, I just did the vibration plate. So these really go hand in hand together. And the reason I want to keep doing that is because, like I said, I want to improve how my feet feel. And if I want my feet to feel better, I have to loosen the muscles that are in my calves. I have to loosen the muscles that are in my knees to help that to move better. I have a lot of stairs in my house. I'm doing a lot of stairs on a regular basis. So all of these things, the vibration plate, the stretch box, just overall activity, those hip openers, how I was sitting on the floor earlier, all these things matter to help me to move better with better mobility. Okay, let me bring over, I'm going to set you down. Let me bring over the vibration plate. I have to unplug it. And we'll plug this back up over here. It is, I don't know the weight on this. You can look this up, but I mean, it's a workout in itself carrying. This is heavy. And you can see there's the where you plug it, and there's the switch that you need to remember to switch on. And there's, let me get the cord out of the way. Okay. There you can see the panel for what the panel looks like. And is, like I said, it's pretty simple to use. It's not, it's good. Oh, and I forgot to tell you because I never use it. I don't use the remote, but it did come with a remote. So if you have trouble bending over, okay, because if you're here, you've got to bend over to turn it on, or you could turn it on and then step on it. You do you. But you could also have a remote handy. And I think the remote is still where I originally unpacked it. So I've had this up in my room now for 2 weeks. I've been using it. I forget about the remote. Same thing. It comes with that detachable handlebar that you could set up as well. So those, you get the handlebar, you get the remote. Yeah, I haven't used those. I just, you do you for what you need. So here's where it normally sits when I was getting started. So I would have it here. So let me move this camera a little bit so you can see me in the box a little bit better. Yes, can you see that? Okay. I don't know if my head's going to get cut off, but if I'm coming here and I'm standing, you see how close I am to the wall? So I can easily, if I'm standing up, I can easily reach out and I could hold on to the wall. So you could do it like that. Like I said, I have the window right here, so I can look out the window so I'm not so bored. But I now like to just leave it here, and I'm usually like this, getting that loose. And so when I'm running it, hi, I'm just moving the camera. Okay, so you can see it. We'll adjust the camera like this a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to turn this on, and yes, okay, you can see my head. So here, we're going to power it up. Remember, you're going to have your 3-second countdown once you go to hit start. And from there, as it's turning on, there we go. It starts at level 1. You can totally see here. Friend, please release all the judgment and thinking that there's a level that you have to get to in order to be effective. You can be effective wherever you begin. At level 1, now this feels too little for me in just 16 days, okay? However, I will tell you where I feel it. I can feel it into my legs and feet. I feel all the way up into, I feel my butt cheeks shaking, and that's at a level 1. That's level 1, okay? So you can adjust, like I said, so here's how much you have to be able to lean over. So I like to practice leaning over throughout my day. And now there I am. This is a level 45 is where, yes, I'm at level 45 right now. Okay. And so that's what I would be doing in the afternoon. This, I just put it at about a 36. This is about me in the morning. This is how I just like to wake up. I don't know if you can tell a difference for how that looked between 1 to 45 and then back to 36. Did I look any different? I can feel a difference. And so now, comparing to level 1, at 1, I could just barely feel my butt cheeks moving, but I could. So I'm telling you how high it was coming. Now I most definitely feel my butt cheeks moving. Up beyond there, I can feel it just into my low back. You might feel it much higher. So when my mom did it, she was doing it at a level 1, and she was like making weird noises with her mouth because she could feel the vibration all the way up into her mouth. Now, I'm like 5'8", 5'9". She's like probably 5'4", 5'5". So height difference, we're at least 100-pound difference in weight. She's 20 years older than I am, and she's not carrying any extra padding. So I think that's why it went through her body with so much more intensity at level 1 than where I feel it with my body. So I share all of that. Once again, not that we're judging each other, but just so you have a comparison base to understand how it might feel different in your body, depending on where you're at in your size of your frame. Okay. I'm more structured. My body is not, I don't take my body shape from my mother. I take it from my dad's side of the family, my grandma, who was tall and had larger bone structure. And, you know, just the body shape is different. And so you might feel it different if you have a larger frame than if you have a smaller frame. That's pretty typical of a lot of things. So you've got to find your range where you're comfortable. And then, so like I said, this is me doing it in the morning. I like to just face into my room. I do have another set of windows over here. But typically in the morning, the what are they called? Curtains? The curtains are pulled closed. And because it's still dark. And so I just have my soothing lamps. I've turned on my Alexa. I'm listening to something. I'm just chilling. That's it. I'm just chilling. And I'm in pajama pants. And I so rarely ever use this with anything else on besides loungewear and pajama pants, because you just want to be comfortable. I'm always in my bare feet. I suppose you could do it in socks. I have never tried it in socks. It's going to take away some of the connection that you have to the vibration plate. You know, so you do you for what feels comfortable for you. It does have this rubber base that, you know, you have to get used to. Now, this is all based on this version of the Meroc vibration plate. There are different vibration plates. And there are other ones that have like nodules in them and have a different kind of surface. And so there's all different kinds. I like this one, and because of the rubber, like it doesn't get slipped. Like, can you hear my foot? And when it's sat there for a second, I kind of have to like pull my foot off of it because it has that non-slip surface. This is why I think this one is so good for a beginner, because once again, it's going to come with a handlebar if you want to attach the handlebar. It has the remote, so you don't even have to bend over. It's going to make it easier on you for that. It has the rubber surface. It's going up from 1 to 50 in your level of intensity. You can adjust your time. It always counts back down to 0, so it resets easily. Yeah, I think it's a good fit, and it's been a great thing for me to get started. So this is my first experience. I told you I did it at a high-end gym. But like using one at home, this has been my first experience. I've used every single day for 16 days now. I'm using it multiple times a day. It's really, really helping me. The other thing I will mention, and I don't have any like scientific evidence to bring with you on this, but today is, by this afternoon, I will have been 24 hours into my menstrual cycle. And I'm going through this cycle much better than I did my last one. So much so that I was actually surprised that it had started early yesterday. It took me completely by surprise because I didn't have any PMS symptoms. In the month before, I had all the symptoms. And the month before was also a much more turbulent cramping season. And I'm like, what have I done differently this month? The only thing I've done, all my exercise is still the same. My nutrition is still the same. The only thing I have changed this month is the addition of the vibration plate. And like I said, I've used it every single day for these last 2 weeks before my cycle is starting. And I wonder if that has something to do with it. Now, that is just me being curious. This is not evidence that any of that is going to change in your body, but try it and see what you think. If you ever have a chance to reach out to me, like let me know, because I am thinking that this is really helping, because there is so much that is helping at the cellular level. There's so much that's helping with your muscles. And you got to think like all of this is like, I'm holding this area because this is the area where all our reproductive organs live, somewhere inside there. Yes. And where the cramps can be. And so this effect to me, I find very soothing. You've got to try it yourself so you know what it feels like, but it's so soothing and so comforting to me that I think it has been massaging and like comforting those organs. That's why I didn't have the PMS effect. That is my guess, my best guess. So you can see I haven't like wobbled or been weird about anything. My balance, I already think was in a good place because like I said, I've been rebounding for 10 months. And so I've built up a lot of balance on the rebounder. So coming to this, it felt, I don't even want to tell you it feels similar. It feels different because that's a full on bounce. Even when I'm gentle bouncing into the mat, it feels very different than this rhythmic, but there's similar benefits inside of your body because both are going to flush out your lymphatic system. Both are going to help you to start to move better and feel better. Both can help with your energy levels and like helping you wake up and help you to get rid of the stiffness. There's so many benefits, but obviously you have to give less, so less effort here on the vibration plate with similar benefits. So that's huge. And so for me, I'm combining them. I still do the rebounder and I do the vibration plate. I just use them at different parts of the day to give me a whole body wellness that's gentle on my joints, that is kind to my body. And I do all of it without judging. I do not judge myself anymore, friends. I'm not trying to hold myself to a certain standard or a certain length of time or a certain level of intensity. No. At 45, I've let all that go because I want to be kind to my body. I want to support my body and help my body to thrive as I age. Like that is so important to me. That's also why I'm wearing this magnetic bracelet because it's zero effort. All I had to do is put it on and wear it. And there's so much benefit to show that wearing a magnetic bracelet like this can help with inflammation, can help just overall wellness. And same thing, this can help with inflammation, which, think about it, cramps and bloating, all that's related to inflammation. So if I'm doing this on a regular daily basis, that's another reason why I might be feeling far less on my period. I really hope the rest of my period is going to go this smoothly, is because this is helping me to have less inflammation. And I know I carry on normal basis, I carry a lot of inflammation in my body. So these are things to look up. These are things to research, but also try it for yourself and see. And see how it makes you feel, because that's the biggest thing, because you can always read about benefits, but until you know how it actually works in your own body, that's a whole different thing. Yes. So there you have it, friend. All right, I'm going to lean over Oh, and we were at that for 9 minutes. So look at that. Got so much in today. I'm really feeling it throughout my whole body. And it's just been such a blessing to do this with you and get all the benefits for me. I hope that you will enjoy it and give it a try so you can get the benefits for yourself inside of your own body. Thanks for hanging with me today, friend. All the products you can get are listed below. So those are options for you as well. But trying out a vibration plate in your own home, I highly recommend it and hope that you will enjoy the benefits in your own body. Bye-bye.